What up, what up, what up? It's your boy Mike. That's your boy EJ. So it's Mike and EJ Sportscast. And we just here to talk some sports, Chicago sports, national sports. But today we're mainly gonna just focus on the Bears, man. The Bears had a great game today. They actually came back, or not even came back, they were up pretty much the whole game, but towards the end they were kind of a little. But man, they won. They re-inspired me as a fan. So I I love to see that. I love what I saw, man.
Oh yeah, man, like for sure. And it's like what's great about today's game was just the way the offense clicked, man. It's like the whole season we've been waiting for this. Like Nagy's offensive genius supposedly comes from the Andy Reid coaching tree. And it's like, but we haven't had a great offense pretty much since we had a decent offense in 2018, 2019, bad year, the beginning of 2020, we looked terrible for like, especially during the 6 game losing streak. We looked horrible. But then
I
these last
agree.
3 games, even though we lost against the Lions, the last game last week, and then the game this week, it's like the offense is just look. It seems like it's like becoming more and more cohesive. Everything's starting to flow, especially today with the run. Dave Montgomery running the ball 32 times for like 146 yards. Like
Whoo!
that was huge, man. It's
Huge.
like it's like and it seems like Bill Lazor taking over the play calling. It seems like that's actually helped too because it's like the offense. It just seems like it flows better. And what also is helping is the offensive line. The offensive line is actually blocking, getting pass protection, and David Montgomery's actually getting holes now. So it's like it's actually helping us get more yards, and it's actually helping. We're not getting this third and like 20, third and 15 situations anymore. It's like we actually getting third and manageable. So it helps us
That's
convert on
true.
third down. So like, yeah, it's good to see, the way they played today.
I agree, man. I agree 100%. That's your boy EJ. He breaking down the Bears, man. So that was beautifully said. Before we continue, we're just gonna let y'all know this is Mike and EJ's Bear Down Breakdown. Man, what a game, what a game, what a game, bro. So what you were saying was perfect, bro. The offense clicked this game. Like I was saying earlier, the defense looked a little shaky towards the end. I really would have liked some more cleanup tackles. Like I don't know if you remember, but Eddie Jackson had like a couple whiff tackles where I'm like, what are you
Yeah,
doing? Like, trying to go for the strip ball. I'm like, for what? The dude, your guy already has him up. Destroy that guy. Go through
yeah,
him. That'll cause a fumble too. It's not just let me. So I don't know what's going on with that. To be honest, that I feel like that's two representations go to that. That's on Chuck Pagano, the defensive coach, and that's on Eddie Jackson.
yeah.
So they didn't clean that up. Other than that, the offense was good. Mitch was he's been looking really good, man. The last 3 weeks, he was looking great against Deshaun Watson. Like I really honestly thought Deshaun Watson was gonna come into Chicago and just like, or I forgot where we played, but I thought he was gonna destroy us. To be honest,
Oh yeah.
But
Dang.
it was Trubisky that played like, yeah, I'm a number 2 round pick, or I'm a number 1, the second overall pick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was good to see, bro. It was good to see seeing him. I think that benching him really humbled the guy.
Yeah.
It really humbled the guy, man.
Yeah.
So speaking of that, man, since we're on the topic of Mitch, I'm thinking if Mitch keeps balling out, we got to give him at least one more year. Like, I'm not saying extend the guy for 3-4 years. I'm saying literally sign him one more year, because if he's playing like this, maybe he's finally unlocked himself, like that level where he needs to play at, where he's serviceable. Like right now, he's actually playing a little bit more than serviceable. He's playing like above average. But if he keeps that up, and like I'm saying, like you got to keep him, because another team is gonna grab him and play well. The guy's playing well the last couple of weeks, man. I say personally, sign him for one more year.
Oh man. Um. Yeah. You know what? Yeah, I have to agree, because I was thinking about it after the game. Even though that the interception he threw, I kind of want to smack him beside his head, like, nah, don't bring it back. Don't bring it back. But now I think we should give him one more year. But I think also in the offseason, we need to either draft a quarterback or we need to sign somebody, because, like, I don't think he should come in. I think we should have another situation that we have. The Bears need to next year for sure. I think they should give Nagy another year. Pace needs to go. Like, we don't need Pace here no more. We need to give Nagy one more year. I say we give Trubisky one more year. And I say we go after either draft a quarterback or we go and we sign another quarterback and kind of had the same situation we had last year. Let the quarterbacks fight it out for the starting position. They need to find a quarterback of the future.
I agree.
Honestly, it's been too long, man. Like, I don't feel like Trubisky is the quarterback of the future at this point. It's like he's had his chance. It's been 3 years. It's like he has his moments and he still struggles a little bit reading zone defenses. He's real good at man-to-man. He handled man-to-man. Really, you notice the game plan they have. And see, this is another thing that Nagy should have been doing before. And I don't heard like critics talking about like, yeah, they should like play to his strengths. They've been playing more to his strengths. You notice they roll out the pocket a lot more. Like if you the game plan today, a lot of rollouts, a lot of bootlegs, a lot of play actions, a lot of stuff that plays to his strength. And he did a lot of smart plays. Like, okay, he looked downfield, held the ball. Okay, it's not there. Okay, I'm gonna check it down to this guy. Or, he had a couple opportunities, he ran with it. So it's like, I mean, he shows signs, but like we've been down this road with him before. So I'm not sold, man. Like, I think, yeah, give him one more year, but also bring in the guy who you don't do another Nick Foles situation. Whoever you bring in next year, keep Trubisky for one more year. But whoever you bring in next year, other than Trubisky, that dude needs to be there needs to be a quarterback of the future. The quarterback situation needs to be settled next year. I'm tired of having this conversation every year with the Bears. It's crazy. We got the Green Bay Packers have 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks back to back. We can't get a quarterback to save our lives.
We have 28 quarterbacks since then, bro. 28.
Yes.
2, bro.
Yes, 2 quarterbacks. And 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks.
So what are they doing? That makes me ask, what are they doing in their evaluation that we're not doing? Like somebody in the organization, it's like, oh yeah, this is the guy every year, and it's for 28 seasons he hasn't been the guy. So somebody's got to look themselves in the mirror and be like, what? I'm not doing my job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
But I 100% agree with the Trubisky. Like when you game, like you tell the game to be for his strengths, he plays great. Like for example, here's some good like throws that he had.
Yeah, that was a real nice throw.
That was a real good throw, bro. That was a dagger. Like that's the type of stuff you need to do. This right here, simple. Throw it over the top of the guy rushing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and he jumped through it too.
So these are like simple stuff that he should have been doing for a long time, but he's been doing this for the last like 3 or 4 games. He's been doing it pretty well.
Yeah.
Like consistent. It's been consistent, Mitch, not inconsistent, Mitch.
Yeah, he has been playing more consistently, and that's another good throw to Robinson
That's
right
another
there.
good throw. And then look at this
He
play by Allen Robinson, bro, to keep running, bro. That was a great. That was great. That
yeah.
was great. Like that, the game plan, like you said, was tailored to Mitch's strengths. It was great to see Allen Robinson put a couple solid weeks back to back after that bad week in Detroit, where we could have got the first down. That's
Yeah.
here or there. That's why I personally say sign Mitch for one more year, like because of some of those throws that you saw. But obviously, he has bad throws too, like this one, for example.
Yeah, this throw was terrible. Like, at what point did he see an open man? And he said, when I watched the his post game interview, he said the ball sailed on him. And I'm like, wait, what? That didn't look like it sailed on him. It's like you just made a dumb throw.
Right. If anything, you should have let the ball sail and throw it out of bounds. Like
Yeah,
I don't know what he
exactly. Yeah, exactly. And then if you go back and look at it, if you take another look at that play, and I don't know what they were running, but you've noticed there was two guys too close to each other. That's not supposed to happen. Like there was literally two guys, like literally just sitting there, right? Allen Robinson and the tight end were like right next to each other. So it's like they could have easily been throwing to either one of them. You couldn't really tell. I mean, I knew he was throwing to Allen Robinson, but it's like they were too close in vicinity with each other.
Yeah. Yeah, and I agree with down in the chat, Eric. He does do good against bad defenses, man. Like I don't understand. But maybe to what EJ was saying earlier, maybe the fact that this offensive coordinator is kind of game planning a little bit more. It's not just Nagy. Like it's kind of showing that it wasn't 100% Mitch's fault. It's showing that like Nagy has some like growing pains too as a coach.
Yeah.
So at this point, we really won't know. Like at this point, I just honestly care that we make playoffs. Like that's my biggest like please, like I'm begging them to make the playoffs because the way that this offense is clicking, I know we can win some games. We can scare some people. When people hear, oh, Khalil Mack made the playoffs, and, Allen Robinson, David Montgomery. So that's another thing, man. That's another thing with David Montgomery. Like they finally give him the ball, like you said earlier, 32 touches, bro. That's what we needed from him. Like check this out. This is David just running the ball like it's nothing, fluid.
Yeah, but it's like, but look at that hole. Like during the beginning of the year, he was literally getting hit at the line of scrimmage. Like, look, exactly. That's a good cutback right there. And that's good blocking, like to seal the guys to the other side so he could do the cutback. But look at that hole. Look at that hole. Like he did not have holes like that at the beginning of the year. But it's like this is the touchdown run right here. And
yeah, look how he fights, bro. Like you can't tell me David Montgomery is not a football player, bro. He's not a running back. He plays football because he'll catch it. He'll make guys miss. Like the dude is a monster. And I'm glad that the line is playing so well that people are finally seeing David Montgomery for who he really is. Yeah. Like at first, I kind of was against David Montgomery a little bit, but I was watching, like I want to say, like last year, I was watching some film from one of my mentors, Draft Dr. Phil, and he was breaking down the film on David Montgomery. And he's like, Look at this guy. He, like you were saying earlier, he's making 3 or 4 guys miss that are behind the line of scrimmage to get 1 yard.
Yeah.
Imagine if this guy had a little bit of a hole, like what he could really do. And then now you're seeing it. Like now they're just giving him like a little holes here and there, and he's making big gains. The big holes that they give him, you saw that 80-yard run last year or last week.
Yeah.
Like the dude is good. And like honestly, I think the Bears have found their identity in David. Game plan, the game around David. That's my take on that.
Oh no, they honestly, because this is how their offense should be similar to what the Browns do. The Browns they like to run the ball, and if Baker Mayfield needs to make throws, then we'll make some throws. The Bears need to do the same thing. Their game plan today is what it needs to be going forward. They need to commit to the run, work off of the play action bootlegs and play action rollouts, and like let Mitch make the throws that he can make. Let him get comfortable because, like they said during the broadcast, if you do that, you cutting that field in half. Like it's easier for him to read. This is what I'm saying. They're catering the offense more to Mitch now. As before, like Nagy was being so boneheaded and he wanted to run the offense his way. Now it's like, okay, he don't step back, let Laser handle the play calling more, like let him handle the game plan. And you see it's starting to work out better because offensive lines gelling. They're actually making blocks. David Montgomery's getting runs. It's like they're playing off of that, like him running the ball. Like he's had like 200-yard games in a row. He could have had more last week, but they only ran to him 11 times.
11.
So, yeah.
After you break off an 80-yard run, do you think you should only give it to him 3 or 4 more times? Like,
yeah,
come on, man.
They should have had a game similar to this. I mean, granted, they won a game. Mitch had a really good game, but they were also playing a really bad defense last week. But still, it's like a win is a win. You only play who's on your schedule. So it's like with David Montgomery, honestly, he can do it all. He can catch. He's decent at blocking, and he's good against the run. It's like you give him blocking, the dude can do. He can put in work, which he's been doing. So it's like, yeah, they should honestly, their identity should remain exactly what they did this week. Run the ball and play off of that because it worked. It worked just fine.
I agree 100%, man. Run the ball, give this man the ball, throw him the ball, whatever you need to do. Like, just give David the ball, man, and Allen Robinson too. Like he'll be. But right now, I'm not big on Allen Robinson because of the type of money he's trying to ask for, and like we didn't really see the production. Yeah, we see it in yardage, but we don't really see too many touchdowns out of him. I think in 2018, I think he had like 6. That like DeAndre Hopkins puts up 6 in his sleep.
Yeah,
and he's not even making the type of money that Allen Robinson asking for. Allen Robinson asked for, I think it was like $18 to $20 million. Like he want quarterback money. Like you don't throw and catch the ball. No, like you know, it is what it is. I'm loving Darnell Mooney. Like that's my rookie. Dude's balling. Like he's under the radar. If he would have had like a good quarterback play from the beginning with a good line, he'd probably be the rookie of the year. I promise you, because the dude is balling out, man. Like I love Darnell.
He still hasn't dropped the pass, man. That's crazy.
And he still hasn't dropped the pass. He has over 60 catches and hasn't dropped one pass.
Has not dropped one pass. That's insane if you really think about it.
A rookie, bro.
Yeah, rookie wide receiver has not dropped a pass.
That's my favorite though. That's my favorite rookie. Who's your favorite rookie?
I mean, I like Cole Kmet, but like I see Jalen Johnson. He makes a lot of mistakes, but I see the potential there. But yeah, I gotta go with Darnell Mooney, man. He surprised me, man. He's gonna be really good going forward. They just gotta find the right dude throwing to him. Like where they end up going with Mitch. Mitch continues to progress. Like it pains me to be having these conversations about the quarterback, man. Like 3 years later, like why are we still saying this stuff about a dude that's not even a rookie no more? He's in his first season, man. It's like we should be talking about how this dude is like going to Pro Bowls and stuff, and how he's helping us make the playoffs every year. Not Mitch had a good game. He's progressing. You know, he's getting better. We shouldn't that should not be words coming off our mouths at year 3 quarterback, man. But,
I agree, man. Yeah, exactly. Has he ever made the Pro Bowl? I'm actually curious now.
2018, he was in the Pro Bowl, but a lot of dudes like left.
Yeah, 28. Right. I figured. I was like, because he didn't put up that good of numbers. He did put up some numbers, but
yeah, he played decent. But yeah.
But you know, since we're talking about offense, let's just switch right on to defense a little bit, man. So for me, man, Roquan Smith, like, dude has been balling out, bro. Like for real, like this guy is not getting enough credit around the league. Like nationally, like here locally, we all love Roquan Smith. Probably, you know, if you're a Bears fan here locally. So like you see the guy, he's in every play, bro. Like I don't know if today you saw a play where he literally ran from one side of the field ran to the other hash, like on the other side of the field, got the
Yeah, ran
tackle,
into
and threw
them.
a tackle dude for like a loss, not a loss, but he didn't get the third down. Like those are like effort plays that we're not seeing. He's always in the right spot. He's blowing through lines of scrimmages. Like he's a stud, man. Like I'm really big on Roquan Smith, man. He's getting better every week, bro. Every
Yeah,
week.
yeah. Honestly, he's really good, man. And I think the only thing he needs to work on his pass coverage, like that's a weakness of his. Is he has him and Darren Trevathan, but we talking about Roquan. Roquan, he has to work on his pass coverage because sometimes he has like issues in coverage, like sometimes getting guys out the flat. And I know they had a play where the wide receiver that he came across, did like a drag route, and he didn't get enough depth on it, and Cousins was able to throw the ball over him to get an easy first down. But that's also a problem with the Bears zone coverage. Lately, they've been having problems with their zone because they run a lot of zone, and
Yeah.
they've been having real troubles with the zone. But yeah, Roquan, man, he honestly he's fast, he's smart, he can read, like he knows, like I don't see him shoot so many gaps this year. He's missed some tackles, granted, on some of those gaps that he's hit when he's read the offensive line and read what gap he should hit or read his gap properly. But he's still, man, he makes the right reads. He gets good, he makes a lot of tackles. The dude also he's good, like I feel like he really doesn't have too many weaknesses except, like I said, the pass coverage. I feel like if he can get that pass coverage situation taken care of, like he's gonna be a perennial Pro Bowl every year. Like he's honestly like he's a stud, man. It's like I don't know what it is with why couldn't the Bears be good at drafting quarterbacks as good as they drafting linebackers? Like what is up with the Bears drafting linebackers but they can't get the quarterback correct? Because it's like, let's say that they switch roles. Oh, they got a good quarterback now, a good middle linebacker. It's like, God, man, because he's like coming up after Urlacher. It's like, honestly, bro, dude's a stud. Like I love watching him play because he gets 100% effort every play.
I agree. 100% effort. I also agree with why the hell do we always draft like good linebackers? We always draft good corners.
Yeah.
Like it has to be a mindset thing. Like at this point, that's the only thing I can think of because literally mentally they're just like, all right, we know we're gonna get a good linebacker. Let's just focus on QB. Like no, maybe have that same mindset. Oh, we know we're gonna get a quarterback. It's nothing, you know. So maybe that's what it is. I don't know. At this point,
They need to switch it up somehow, like for real.
All I know is that at this point we need to figure something out. You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, man, we're talking about this game. Might as well get down to our bear down of the week. I say my bear down of the week. What I mean by bear down of the week is literally like the bear that I thought that was the best for the game. We're gonna pick one on offense and we're gonna pick one on defense. So I'm gonna let you go first on this one, actually, EJ.
Okay, cool.
So you can either start with offense or you can start with defense. Who's your bear?
So I'm gonna start with offense. It's definitely got to be Dave Montgomery. He had a huge game, 2 touchdowns and 146 yards on 32 carries. It's like honestly, that's more like Bears offense right there. The stuff we like been accustomed to, like when they were good, they were like really good at running the ball. And it's like we're finally getting to see this dude's talent on display because he's getting running room. Like they're actually blocking for him. So it's like it's good to actually see that. Like I'm watching the game, like man, I literally sat there, I'm like, dang man, this is like a really good game plan. And they're actually executing, they're actually playing, they're actually blocking. You know, Mitch is like doing a good throw off the play action, getting his read, making his reads, even though they like cutting the field for him to make it easier for him. It's like everything flowed right, but like it's my offensive guy is definitely Dave Montgomery. And then like defense, I'm gonna go with Roquan, man. It's just like Roquan. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Roquan, man, because like the dude is that one play that you were talking about when they called the Minnesota called that screen pass, and he literally came from literally the other side of the field to make that tackle. It's like that's just what type of effort that dude shows every week, man.
Not
he's
only
really
effort but speed. That showed a
yes,
lot of speed in that man.
yeah, the speed, the effort. It's like he dude's a stud, man. Like I love watching him play on defense. Like as soon as he gets that pass coverage like down, man, he's gonna be elite. Not good. He's gonna be elite. But those are my two
Exactly.
dudes.
And I think he knows that. I think he knows that. I think he
Yeah,
knows
he wants
he
to get
needs to
better.
get his pass coverage down,
Yeah.
but at least he doesn't have ever plays. Like I don't think he has any interceptions this season, does he?
Nah, I don't think so.
Yeah, he's not really a big interception guy, and we kind of need him. He's the middle linebacker. You have to be able to get interceptions, man. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, those are two good ones, man. You actually took both of mine, so now I got to think a little bit. So I'm not gonna be obvious on offense and go with Mitch. We know he had a good game. You know, he was 1-1, so with touchdown to interception ratio.
Yep.
On offense. I'll just go with Darnell Mooney again, man, because I don't know if you remember, they gave him like this sweep play that he played. It was like a jet sweep, but
Yep.
like instead of going out of bounds, he like cut it back inside, and then he got like 11 yards out of it. Like it was like
Yeah.
those are the type of plays that you don't really see a rookie make often and consistently. He knows how to cover himself up. Like I'm just super impressed with the guy. Like I've been seeing this since week one. Like, obviously, we all saw how well he did week one, too. Like, so the guy is just so impressive. So that's my bear down of the week, man, on offense. And on defense, I have to give it to Robert Quinn, believe it or not, man. Robert Quinn, I believe it was like on a third down play. This man went through two linemen, got a strip sack. We didn't get the fumble recovery, but we got the strip sack. And they went and kicked a field goal instead of getting a touchdown, which was huge. I think that was when the game was like 27-17, I think, at the time. So it was huge. So that's my defensive bear of the week, man. Robert Quinn.
Yeah, Robert. People don't realize how much Robert Quinn. How if you actually watch the games, like watch the film and stuff, like you notice that like Robert Quinn, he's not putting up the numbers that he did last year, but the dude's effort is still there. Like he's getting pressure on the quarterback. He's doing good against the run. It's like, but it's not going. It doesn't really show up in the stats at the end of the game. Oh, he had like 4 tackles and like 2 quarterback pressures or something. You'll see that in stats, but it's not like the flashy stuff. Like, oh, he had 3 sacks and like a forced fumble, stuff like that. But he's making the effort, making effort plays and helping out in the run defense.
I agree, man. So we're gonna move on to if we think that Matt Nagy is improving as a head coach. If you hear word around town, word in the national, news is that situationally he's not aware of what's going on. His time management is terrible, and I've seen it. Like I've seen where it's like, what are you thinking, Matt Nagy? Did he like my question to you, EJ, is that did he impress us? And y'all in the chat, tell me too. Did Matt Nagy impress us too much in 2018? Is that why we didn't see his flaws like already in 2018? Because honestly, if you actually go back to 2018, there was already he was already doing stuff that he's doing now. Where with his situation awareness, he's like, let me get rid of Jordan Howard, one of my favorite running backs of all time, like on the Bears, besides the legend, Walter Payton. That's my guy. But, that's your guy too. We both love sweetness. But literally, Jordan Howard, bro, he was good. Like, he had back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons with no line, might I add. And, like, you get rid of the dude because he doesn't fit your system. That should have been our red flag right there. Like, you get rid – that's like getting rid of Le'Veon Bell when Le'Veon Bell was a stud with the Steelers. Oh, he doesn't fit our system. It's Le'Veon Bell. Like, you fit the system around him, So
yeah, exactly.
Do you feel like we fell in love with him like back in 2018?
Yeah, honestly, I feel like part of it is because how well they did in 2018. Like 2018 is like he came out, offense was like, especially at the beginning. I don't know if you remember that Buccaneers game where like Mitch had like what 5-6 touchdowns or something.
6 touchdowns, yep.
Yeah, he was killing it. And it's like, man, this offense, we ain't had an offense like this in years. Like, yeah, we had some decent offensive moments when Cutler was there, but it's like that bonehead was always throwing interceptions and stuff and calling out his offensive line. So it's like when we got Nagy, it's like that 2018, it's like, oh man, like we finally got an offense. Because you remember the coaches after, before Nagy, it's like, God, John Fox. It's like offense was absolutely terrible. But it's like when he got here, it's like everything was all flashy. Oh, we got Andy Reid disciple, blah, blah, blah. It's like, so yeah, it was some stuff that he was doing that was probably kind of like, pushed to the side because like they were having success and like we really didn't notice it as much. But then you get last year, some of his team wasn't looking that good. Offense took a step back. Then you got the beginning of this year where the offense looked decent at the very beginning. Then when we hit that Colts game, it's just like it got absolutely horrible. And then we get on that like 6-game. We had beat the Buccaneers. Then we get that 6-game losing streak. Offense just totally goes down the toilet. But he somehow managed to like get everybody in line, like keep them, because like you have a 6-game losing streak in NFL. It's like you're gonna be sitting there like, man, like you probably gonna lose the locker room, but he didn't lose the locker room. He gave the play call, he gave the offensive play calling to Laser. Laser's doing the game plan and stuff. So it's like I feel like he's improving as a coach, maybe, but he's also, it seems like he's improving as a person. Like he's starting to like get, okay, I can't do this all by myself. I'm gonna need some help. I can't be so stubborn. I can't do everything my way. I gotta start like letting other people help me and like try to like work with what I have. I feel like that's why they went with he went so quick with Nick Foles because he wanted Nick Foles the whole time. Mitchell Trubisky is not the quarterback that he drafted. Mitchell Trubisky got drafted in the John Fox era. So it's like when he got here, that's not his quarterback. So like that happens a lot with these head coaches. They get into a situation that's not their quarterback that got drafted. So they kind of want to bring their own guy in there. So like that's what happened with Nagy and Foles. Nagy wanted Foles to be here. Mitchell Trubisky, they were 2-0 going to that Falcons game.
Yeah,
they were 2-0. He had her like he didn't really play that good against the Giants. That was the week before. He didn't play that well. They barely squeaked that game out. Then the Falcons game, the first half of the game, he didn't play that well, and so he pulled him because he was literally waiting for the right moment. Okay, I'm about to get my guy in here, and the offense is going to send up. We're going to run the offense the way I want to run it. We're not going to cater to Mitchell Trubisky. And so Foles made that great comeback. Then he got destroyed, play absolutely terrible against the Colts. We beat the Buccaneers. Then we go.
I think we scored one touchdown in like the last 7 seconds or something.
Yeah, honestly, they both dominated us that game. But then, like, we go on a losing streak. Foles looks terrible. It's like, why is he the quarterback? Offensive line get hurt and stuff. But then, like, he starts to, like, rein it in. Like, okay, I can't do this by myself. I'm going to give up the play calling. He calls out guys in the locker room saying, hey, we got to play better. This ain't just on me. It's on you guys, too. We got to start getting this thing together. We have the talent. We just got to execute. He reins everybody in. It's like, then they start, you see the last 3 games, even though they lost against Detroit, they've been playing better. It seemed like he got the locker room back. So in my opinion, yeah, I feel like he is improving as a head coach, and I feel like he's just improving as a person overall too.
Those are great points, bro. That's like you went deeper than my question, which is I like that. That was deep. He's getting better as a person. I like that. And honestly, what you said about him not losing the locker room, you hit that right on the head. That's where I say he's improved. Not even improving, maybe, because from what I hear, some of the guys talk, he's always had the locker room. Like that's one of the things that they like about Nagy is that he's a player's coach. Yeah. So I love that about him, and the fact that he didn't lose the locker room now after that 6-game losing streak is unbelievable. Yeah, so hats off to him for that. And the last 2 games, you can tell because we could have laid down this last game, especially with the way that the come on, man, you guys saw the game. down in the chat, y'all saw the game, or hopefully y'all saw the game. The Vikings, they didn't want to lose. Like they were balling too. They were playing hard. They at one point I was like, damn, I'm at the edge of my seat. So really, really hats off to Nagy. Like he still had a bonehead move, but he's a human being, so I can't nitpick him too much. Like he's not perfect. He's human. So that throw where Mr. Trubisky threw that interception, run that ball right there and kick the field goal, man. Like a 70-year-old kid in Madden would have done that. You know, I'm gonna go for it. Like, come on, man. So either way, like, so we both agree that you're getting better as a head coach. Too little, too late. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. It all boils down is if you make the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's how we know we're gonna keep you or not.
Yeah.
With that being said, the way that we're playing, I think we have a good chance to make the playoffs. I believe that there's two ways we can make the playoffs, and one of them we can kind of control our destiny. So the first scenario is, I believe, if the Cardinals lose tonight, since we beat the Vikings, if they lose tonight,
Cardinals won.
We already got the spot. But we just have to win out after that.
Yeah.
I don't know if you could check real quick the stats, EJ, on that Cardinals game, but
Cardinals won.
Cardinals won?
Yeah, 33-26. They beat the Eagles.
Okay. So now we gotta hope that in the next two games that they lose. And then the next scenario is if the Bucks lose two more times and the Bears win out. Like both of those scenarios, the only easiest one is obviously that Cardinals one, and they have two big games coming up. I believe one is against the Rams, the LA Rams, and I don't know who the other one is against. But
they got the next week. Oh, Jesus, they got San Francisco next week.
Okay, so they probably gonna win that San Francisco one.
Yeah.
So it's gonna come down to the Rams, and you know what? The Bears did this to themselves. Like,
well, yeah.
If you guys would have won that Lions game, nobody would be talking about that at this point. You still have your destiny in your hands. So we're gonna see what happens next week. I really hope that they come back and do their thing, though. So, like, I hope the Cardinals lose that one game, man. Like, let's just hope for the best. And the Rams are going to be playing all their guys because they don't have a chance of getting the number one spot.
Yeah, they're right now. The Rams is 9-5. It's like, honestly, it's probably gonna come down to week 17 because the Bears, if they there's no reason they should lose next week against the Jaguars. Jaguars are terrible. Jaguars are playing for the number one pick. They kind of hoping the Jets is going to like win out, but as far as the Cardinals, like, yeah, they got the Rams week 17 and we got the Packers week 17. So honestly, I think it's gonna come down to the last week of the season, honestly, and see how that goes. And hopefully the Packers ain't playing for nothing. If the Packers aren't playing for anything, and then, you know, we just got to hope that the Rams beat the Cardinals. That's pretty much what, because like that Buccaneer scenario, I don't know about that one. That's gonna be a tough one. I really only care the Cardinal ones, like you said.
So I mean, we'll see. Like the way the Cardinals played today, you know, they're not playing like the greatest. You know, they let an Eagles team put 26 on them. So
yeah,
I figured that a little bit more of an explosive team like the 49ers can maybe do a little bit better. And the Rams already beat them once and beat them in a convincing fashion. So
yeah,
I feel like they can beat them again. And man, we got to just hope for the best, man. Like I said, they put themselves in this spot. But hey, I've seen crazier things happen, to be honest. So, and I agree, we have to beat the Packers. Oh yeah, we do have to beat the Packers back to back. So, not necessarily back to back. I think if they get the number one spot, I think we would have to play them after the wild card, but pretty much back to back. You know, like the bye week after that.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, man, like we can't even talk playoffs if the Cardinals don't lose. So let's just see. I mean, next week we gonna see what happens, man.
Yeah.
I'm excited though. At least that they've been putting something together. You know, something to. But one of the last things that I wanted to talk about today is the draft, man. Like this goes back, like as far as this quarterback, some of the players we have, some of the players that we've missed out on, like Ryan Pace. Like you've had your chance, man, but you got to go. To me, some of the
Yeah.
players that he drafted don't even play a significant role, or they like do dumb stuff. For example, Anthony Miller, I believe, is Ryan Pace's pick. That's one of his drafts, right?
Yeah.
Anthony Miller, I was actually really high on Anthony Miller, but you see the inconsistency with the guy. Like he drops the ball, he only wants to make one-handed grabs. Like, come on, man. Like you got this rookie out here, Darnell, running circles around you. Like to me, Darnell's clearly the number 2. Clearly.
Oh yeah,
like,
100%.
You don't have another number 2 is Darnell Mooney. So that's one of my biggest like regrets is Anthony Miller being drafted, man. Because like at this point, he's shown the flashes of like a stud, but then like I said, the inconsistency where he'll drop like the basic of passes when we need him to, like on 3rd and 13 or something, you know?
Yeah.
So that's one of my reasons why I think Ryan Pace needs to go.
Yeah, and it's like honestly, so you said it like from the jump. He's missed. It wasn't to me. It's not really the guys that it's the guys that he's missed. Like some of these dudes that he's missed. It's like, man, how did you miss out on this guy? Like moving up to get Mitchell Trubisky, I'll fire him just for that. Like, like for real. Like how you go pass up Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes and move a one spot to get this dude? Like, what did you see on film? What did he do in college that made you like, man, this is the guy. This is our quarterback going in the future. It's like, I didn't see it, man. It's like, yeah, he needs to go, bro. Like I said, I think you should give Nagy one more year. Give him one more, give Nagy one more year, but Pace has to go, man. Like it's just too many dudes that he's missed. That's like it's just killing us. And like some of these picks that he's made, like why does he need to draft a tight end every draft? Like, what's the deal with that? Like
we had like 7 tight ends on our roster at one point,
bruh. Like honestly, and then I'm looking at some of these dudes that he's drafted. It's like, who are these people, man? Like, God.
I agree, man.
Adam Shaheen, like, where's Adam Shaheen right now?
Right. Adam Shaheen, he's gonna be the next Gronkowski, bro. He's literally a backup on the Dolphins roster right now. But low key, he just got re-signed to a 2-year extension with the Dolphins, so he doing something. He doing something for them. But for us, he wasn't
doing it here. Yeah.
And I agree, man. Eric down in the chat, bro. He didn't even interview Deshaun Watson. Like, how do you not interview Deshaun Watson?
Didn't he win the national championship that year?
He won the national championship. A, B, I think he's like the most winningest QB in the NCAA. Like he's won the most games or something like that. And you don't even interview the guy. Like this is what I think. And I think me and you were talking about this last time, EJ. I literally think somebody was like, yo, Ryan Pace, you better grab him. Like, because I'm about to grab him. Like, and he's the best. Like it's like somebody that he trusted said that, but that was like pulling one on him because he really wanted another player and he didn't want Ryan Pace to grab it. Yeah, like, I feel like somebody did something like that to him, bro. Like, you don't interview Deshaun Watson. What is wrong with you?
That does not even make any sense. Like, how do you not interview the quarterback that won the national championship, man? And you were in position to draft him. There's people outside the Bears organization thought that they were going to draft Deshaun Watson. I'm thinking in my head, like, man, I had my fingers crossed, like, man, please pick a quarterback and please pick him. They didn't either. I mean, well, they picked the quarterback, but they didn't pick him. It's like, come on, man. Like, what are y'all doing, man?
You had 3 chances and you picked the wrong one.
Yeah, man. Like I'm saying, like this is dude's 3rd year, and we still talking about him making progress. Like that just goes to show, like he ain't the dude, man.
I agree. He's not the dude. Another Ryan Pace thing, another huge bust. You remember when we drafted Kevin White?
Oh God.
Like I think this was like in what was it, like 2015 or like 14 or like 16. It was like something like that. But
Let
the
me see.
dude I think had like one patch. He was like a 7th overall pick, like in the first round. And the dude saw the field for 5 catches, and I think he didn't even have like 40 yards in total. That was
Yeah.
another horrible pick. Like the dude told us that when he first got hired, Ryan Pace was like, "I'm gonna draft a quarterback every year." He drafted who? Trubisky. That's it, right? I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure that's all he's drafted. And then
Yeah,
he's
I
like,
think
"That's
so.
our guy." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And Kevin White, they drafted him in 2015. Number
2015.
seven, number 7 pick overall,
See,
2015.
he told you. I remember that. And I forgot where I was, but whoever I was with, we were like, "What the?" And then we like looked up the highlights. We were like, "Oh, okay, like he got some swag, but like he looks like a normal receiver to me, like nothing too explosive." And like you saw what we got.
Nothing.
I agree. Dude was made of glass, man. Like literally, he got injured every season, and he would get
Literally.
injured for the entire season. I ain't
Literally.
never met a football player that every time he got injured, it was season ending. Every time, like never, bro. Come on, man.
Yeah, like
That's
what?
crazy.
It's like for real, man. It's like God. Like somebody messed
Oh,
up his
man.
injury rate in Madden in real life, bro. Like what the heck, man? Like how do you get injured for the whole season 2 times in a row, bro? Like
That's
it's crazy, man.
And then I thought he was gonna end up going somewhere else and doing something, but he didn't really like do nothing anywhere else, man.
No, heck no.
Like it's incredible. Like I forgot who we missed out on that draft, but I remember there was like some type of like offensive lineman. I think it was like Eric Fisher or something, and he's still in the league, I believe. I think he plays for the Chiefs. Like we
Yeah,
could have
man.
had that guy, and we at the time we needed a lineman, so I don't understand.
Yeah, man.
Look, he said one time he made a. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Yeah, no, the dude was bad all around, man. To be honest, a guy that I used to love, man. Just throw this out there. I know you guys remember Johnny Knox. That used to be my guy when back in the Lovie Smith era. That and then he
Yeah.
got that freak accident. But
Yeah.
besides that, the dude, if he would have never had that freak accident, he would have been breaking some records for us because he found ways to get open. That was my dude, man. I used to love Johnny
He
Knox, man.
he has a similar like body type as Darnell Mooney did or does.
I agree.
Yeah, they were like they got like similar body types, but yeah, man, he was pretty solid. But yeah, that injury, man, that was a freak accident. Like that was he
Freak
almost got
accident,
broken in
man.
half, man. That was crazy.
Freak accident, bro. But hey, things happen, and just going forward, man, I just hope that next week we get like I hope the defense just gets back to at least a little bit of the resemblance that we got in the first, 5 games, 6 games, like where they were just stopping people. And because now the offense is clicking, but the defense is it's like, come on, man, like we need to all the way click. And I feel like we will once they hear that they have a chance to act like, okay, now you're controlling your destiny, like okay, the Cardinals just lost or something. That's when I feel like they're gonna like go back, switch back. I think they're kind of like waiting for something really, really to play for. At this point, I think they're kind of just like, we're gonna play hard, but we're gonna see if the offense is gonna show up because all year they haven't, and
Yeah,
which has
like
been
for
our
real.
downfall. You keep mentioning all year. You don't know what happens at this point.
Yeah,
You really
honestly.
don't. So, man, but with that being said, man, I want to finish with our favorite defensive bear down of the week, but for rookies. Who is your favorite rookie on defense?
Of the week?
Down at the chat, go ahead and comment.
Man, what was that kid's name that made? He was the guy who started. What was his name, man? I can't remember his name. He started at the. I'm drawing a blank on his darn name, man. He started for Jalen Johnson.
Oh, Duke Shelley.
Yeah.
Duke
Yeah, I'm gonna
Shelley.
go with because like he filled in for Jalen. Like, I mean, yeah, because they honestly Kirk Cousins, he had a pretty decent game, but I feel like they did a decent enough job to like keep it respectable. It's like they aren't starters. They were using like their what fourth and fifth string corners today.
Yep.
So it's like, yeah, man, I got to give him props for like what he did, man. It's like it honestly is. That's one of the hardest positions in football is corner. Like,
yeah, I agree.
Like you're not the wide receiver. The wide receiver know exactly what he's doing. You gotta like react to what he's doing and be quick about it. And this is the NFL, so like, yeah, that's what I gotta go with, man.
I'll give you that one. Duke Shelley is not he's not a rookie, but I'll give you that one. Since he doesn't see a lot of playing time, I'll give you that one.
Well,
Because he was a rookie last year.
Oh yeah.
But mine is that what was his name? Kendall Vildor, I believe is his name.
That's the dude. That's the dude I was originally talking about.
Yeah, Kendall Vildor, bro. Yeah, that's my rookie of the week. He had some big plays in there, man. Like he had there was like it was on a third and like a 3rd and 1 or 3rd and 2, and Dalvin Cook was about to get the first down. One of the Bears was holding him, and Kendall Vildor just came out of nowhere and just rocked the guy so they'd be like in inches, and then we stopped them like turnovers on downs right after that. So Kendall Vildor. That's my rookie of the week. And another reason why, bro, he open field tackles he was making. Also, he was I think like a 6th round pick or something like that. Like we didn't pick him high, or he was like another 5th round pick or something like that. Like he was after Darnell Mooney though. That's what I remember. Yeah, and Darnell Mooney was in the 5th round. So yeah, it's good to see that some of these players are panning out, and I hope that Jalen Johnson. I'm not sure what's wrong with him 100%. I think it's his shoulder. But that's another guy, man. Jalen Johnson, he might be rookie of the year on defense, man. Like who else?
I mean, yeah, he's like I said, he's made some mistakes, but he's also made. Like, I think the dude is like one of the top corners in like deflections. Like he makes a lot of deflections. He's real good at like getting deflections. Yeah, he like makes a lot of he makes a lot of blown reads and stuff. Like you'll see like Eddie Jackson after he messes up his coverage, like, hey, this is what you're supposed to do. Like, come on, pat him on the head and like, hey, get it right next time. But it's like, but he still makes a lot of good plays too. Still, it's like, especially for a rookie corner in the NFL. With the elite wide receiver talent that's in the NFL, it's like, you got to give Jalen Johnson some props, man.
Yeah, he's put up on.
Yeah, Eric is right, man. Like, yeah, Eric is right, man. Like corners nowadays, like you look at the wide receiver too hard, they throwing a flag.
and that's the thing that I wonder why like we've never really taken advantage of that. Like we've been so focused on defense like all our lives as far as this team goes. Like since '85, it's all been Bears defense. 2006, it was about the defense that took us to the Super Bowl, but the offense lost it. Like it's not about defense anymore that much, man. You have to have an offense, and like you're saying, like Eric was saying, you touch a receiver and you're automatically getting a defensive pass interference. On offense, that means that we should be good. Like there's no way why we shouldn't be good. Like run slants, like keep it simple, stupid. Like seriously. Run some slants, run some RPOs, like Mitch. Like there was some plays. I wish I would have actually like clipped it so I could have it. But there were some plays that you see Mitch handed off to Montgomery, like it's like one of those RPOs, right? So he's handing it off to Montgomery. And there's like a wide open hole. He's like now reading the guy that's crashing. Usually he's the defensive end. And he has a wide open hole where he can run it for a touchdown. Like there was 2 plays like that where if you do that, we're up 10 again with like 3 minutes left, and you don't have nothing to worry about. So
Right.
I just hope that they see a little bit more of the stuff that is working. Like, and Mitch, stop being scared. Like, keep running, man. Like, because you're at your best when the defense is like, oh shit, Mitch is gonna run.
Yeah, play your strength, man. Yeah.
And I don't know if it's because he hurt his shoulder, he's scared now. I'm not sure what it is.
That might have something to do with it, bro. Like real talk.
Yeah, I was rooting for them Falcons today, man. I really was hoping they was gonna beat the Buccaneers because, like I
They
said,
can't
if
beat
the
Tom
Bucks lose
Brady.
twice and we win out, we win.
Right.
We have 2 ways to get in. So we'll see what happens, man. Like, this defense needs to get a little bit better. Chuck Pagano, I think, needs to stop playing so like soft. Like he doesn't blitz enough. I feel like I think today we saw a little bit more blitz,
Yeah.
but he's always like scared of getting blown. Like oh, I don't want to give up the big plays, but you're like literally giving them chunk plays like every time that turn into big plays.
Right. Yeah, their defense can sometimes be like bend but don't break, and it's like sometimes that gets them in trouble because like sometimes the offense starts to get too many chunk plays, and that what that does is like it gets the offense into a rhythm. It's like and then eventually it's like, okay, now we want to hold out once they get close to the end zone. Like, nah, man, it's like y'all got to do that earlier.
Exactly, man. So, but hey, hopefully we put it all together again next week. And we're talking win, and we're hopefully talking new playoff scenarios. I'm just happy that we're starting to put it together. So, but if not, maybe next week we'll be talking about potential head coaches. We don't know what the week is gonna bring, at this point. So
Yeah, honestly.
they're playing well, but we've known the Bears to lay down against like inferior teams. So they might go down to Jacksonville and like, oh, we're so high because we beat the Vikings. Like, they got to play the Jacks like they played the Vikings.
Exactly.
That's the formula right there.
Exactly.
So, all right. So lastly, man, we'll do some shout outs, man. Who are you shouting out today?
Let me shout out my wife, for helping me, like, give me the time to stream. Let me shout out everybody in the chat. Let me shout out kids.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was gonna do the same thing, man. I was gonna shout out my wife for the same thing, man. Like, she don't gotta let me on. I don't get paid to do this yet. So, so yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah. So also, Eric and Mike for tuning in, man. Y'all stayed the whole show, which is awesome, man. I wasn't expecting that. That was
Man.
super cool. You guys were super interactive with us, and hopefully, you guys, always come by. So, shout out to you guys, and then shout out StreamYard, man, because they're making this possible as well.
Yeah.
They're letting us do our thing on here, man, and it's been fun so far, man. So I definitely hope y'all enjoyed the show. I know I enjoyed it, and we'll see you next week. Unless EJ got something else to tell the fans.
Nah, man, we good, man.
All right, sounds good, man. Bear down.
See y'all next week.